Hello, I'm Louisa McGivney and I'm a specialist teacher and practitioner for the Complex Communication team in Coventry. As part of our local offer to schools and settings, we can offer direct and virtual support and training to enhance inclusive teaching and learning for all pupils with complex communication needs and/or autism. In this presentation, I shall be talking about how to best support your child's transition back to school, and how this is part of Coventry's SEND Services holistic return and recovery programme of going back to normality and well-being. We recognise that these current times are not only difficult to manage for ourselves and our families, but especially difficult for our children, particularly those children who have special educational needs. No one could have foreseen this situation or the impact of it on society and how it has altered everyday normality for so many people. Adjustments have had to be made for us all. Hopefully, with the preparation for and facilitation of our children's return to schools and settings, this workshop presentation will enable you as parents and carers to increase your understanding of your child's journey of change, as well as help guide you in how you can continue to support your child in preparing for and during this key transition process. Thinking about supporting and managing your child's emotional understanding and resilience. It's so useful for all our children to see that adults make mistakes or have strong, difficult feelings, and that we can bounce back from this. And for them to see that strong feelings are normal for us all to have. But it's the way we recognise and acknowledge these feelings, how we identify our early warning signs and triggers to these strong emotions, and then find coping strategies to help manage these negative feelings that your child needs to be taught with your help. When things start to go wrong, we all need to have a plan B, C, D, E, F, G. As you teach your child to recognise their own emotions, they will be able to notice that things are not going well, how their body is feeling at this time, and then remove themselves from the situation and use a calming activity. There are a plethora of emotional understanding, management and regulation strategies here. Some of them are simple emotions mats. Some of them are more complex, such as emotions toolboxes. Some of them are visuals in order to help your child communicate their feelings. Some are emojis, lots of games and activities that children can relate to. Communicating feelings is important through emotional check-ins. Calming ideas in order to pull together that emotions toolbox are always useful. And the transporters for our early years children who need that basic knowledge of emotional awareness. These can be found in the parent pack that I will be creating and sending out to those of you who require. There are a number of useful resources here, such as various documents and web links. Please feel free to explore and to contact, as these will be really useful in helping you support your children. There are a number of ways in which you can continue to support and manage your child's emotional regulation. So this is ensuring they stay in a low arousal, calm state of mind. A lot of it is scaling and regulating visually how they are feeling. It's about ensuring that they understand how quickly they can go from feeling good, feeling calm, up through to red, out of control. It's about helping your child recognise what is their problem, how big is that problem, how they can regulate their emotional responses. In addition to this, there's some self-calming techniques and many more resources linked to encouraging your child to self-regulate. These are available from me and certainly will be in the parent pack, but feel free to have a look around the slide. All children are different, however, many will have difficulty during this time with anxiety. This is something we can all relate to. We're designed to feel anxious and this often keeps us safe. From loss, emanates three significant dynamics that can impact majorly on the mental health of our children. Anxiety, trauma, and bereavement are powerful forces. For them all to appear at once in an untimely and unplanned fashion is significant for the developing child. Our children are vulnerable at this time and their mental health can be fragile. And on top of that, they are witnessing a sea of adult anxiety, which they are unwittingly absorbing. The suddenness of it all may induce panic attacks, a loss of self-control, anger, anxiety, insecurity, as the child feels their own understanding no longer informs their personal judgments. These losses of routine, structure, friendship, opportunity and freedom can trigger the emergence of anxiety, trauma and bereavement in any child. The overall impact cannot be underestimated. There are a number of ways with which to identify and manage your child's anxiety. The first is to look at those times when their anxiety levels fluctuate and change. Do they become more anxious at certain times? Can you identify what happened just before the behaviour changed? The next thing is, can you help your child spot these feelings and the effects they have on their bodies? Do they become hot? Do they feel sick? Do they have a headache? How does their body change as their emotions change? This is the key to making them much easier to cope with.